Here with my man Adam Williams, the owner of CharlotteRestaurantTraffic.com. And if you're looking for the best places in Charlotte to eat and drink besides on Wes Got Range, check out the website, #1 food blog in Charlotte, CharlotteRestaurantTraffic.com. Like that?
Give a little spin. There you go.
Oh!
There you are.
That's it. That's it?
Yeah, I'll have you start next week.
If there are two things I love in life, it's food and sports. I'm Wes Bryant, a born and bred North Carolina kid, and I'm gonna take you on a journey to some of the best spots in Charlotte to get your grub on with some of the best and brightest athletes and personalities. Back in the day, I had plenty of game, and now I'm here to show you that Wes Got Range. Opening in Cotswold in 2008 and in Plaza Midwood in 2014, the Pizza Pill aims to be the neighborhood joint that keeps it simple but offers a whole lot of options. From their many different styles of pizza pies, fish tacos, homemade pasta dishes, owner Will Bigham looks to give Charlotteans a place to congregate for some good grub. Let's go in and check it out. In the kitchen in the Pizza Pill, Chef Jay, what's going on, my man?
How you doing?
Tell the people, you guys got so many options of things that you guys put out here for the people. What are we going to show them today?
Today we're going to show them our grilled fish taco. It's a very popular sell here. It's just a really natural, healthy taco that people just enjoy around here.
I've never had one of those. Sounds fantastic. My mouth is watering already. Let's show them how it's done, Chef.
Let's do it.
All right, Chef Jay, what we starting with? What starts the process?
First thing we do is we flash fry our flour tortillas. A couple seconds on each side where it's not too crispy, not too soft. You know, it's going to be pliable still. We start marinated in our seasoning. Get it right on there. Get a little bit of our sauce.
Now, what about blackfish, Chef? Do you use blackfish too, or just white, or?
Right now, we just use the one in our menus of pollock. Every now and then we'll do a special, get something special like that, and then we'll change it up. But this is our salsa verde. It's made of tomatillos, stuff like that. It's a basic green sauce.
That looks interesting.
And this is our aguas caliente. It's basically a firewater sauce.
All right, let's go. Firewater,
It's like
man.
it's a spicy tomato. Just to counterbalance with the aguas. Or with the salsa verde.
Yin and yang.
Yes, sir.
All right, what happens now?
Now we're just going to put a little cheddar cheese in the bottom.
Always a welcome addition to a nice taco dish, a little beans and rice. That looks amazing. Everybody's working, okay?
Oh, there ain't no standing around back here.
That's right. I need a little spice in my life. So let's try this. Definitely the kick in the sauce right there. This bread is oh so soft. The cabbage gives it that crispness. Then you taste the seasoning and the fish. Not too salty. Pretty good dish. Let's try some of these beans with it. Perfect flavor meshing of the beans and the rice right here. Like I said, taco's not too salty. This is an excellent dish. Here with my man Damione Lewis, former NFL defensive lineman and also an esteemed member of the U, the Miami Hurricanes. We got some marvelous food right here, Damon. We got some chocolate cake. Now, let me get this right. We got barbalo and truffalo wings. We got a Godfather's pizza. Who knows what all is on this? There's so much stuff. And then we got a pretzel burger here and some sweet potato waffle fries. You can look at me and this guy right here and know it's about to be some damage.
Yeah, it's about to get physical over here. And don't forget, this got bacon mayo.
Oh my goodness.
Never heard of such.
Now, Damon, let's get straight to it. Now, we talked about you. You are a highly regarded prospect coming out of Sulphur Springs, Texas. 167 tackles in his senior as a defensive lineman. I don't know. I got to question the stat man down there. But you have Texas down there, Texas A&M. Many great schools you could have chose from. Why Miami? And you are also part of the class that helped turn things around for the U.
So tell me about your time in Miami, and how did you know things were getting ready to turn when they went on that magnificent run?
Well, I grew up a Cowboys fan, so with Jimmy Johnson coming in, and the Cowboys program turning around, and the job he had done with the Miami Hurricanes while he was there, that was during the time I was growing up. So, kind of got engulfed into the Miami push as a kid. They came to Texas and beat University of Texas in the Cotton Bowl, and I mean, it was just one of the greatest games I've ever seen. I hated University of Texas with a passion.
Wow.
So my brother's a Baylor guy. He went to Baylor, so my love for University of Texas was zero. And when they came in and beat University of Texas that way, I was like, man, I don't know what's up with these Miami boys, but they play football the way I like to play. So
now, did you see when you came there? You played with some great players, Reggie Wayne, Dan Morgan. Did you know when you guys left after you went 11-1? Did you know that next season was going to be something spectacular?
Yes, I mean, we had so much talent all over the field, and being young and engulfed in that, from '96, we were a freshman class. It was 12 of us: Al Blades, Adrian James, Bubba Franks, myself. And we just started this culture, man. We kind of got with one of the strength and conditioning coaches there. We worked more, worked out longer, did the little bitty extra things that he was asking us to do, and that kind of started forming this culture. And then when our strength coach left, we had a new guy coming from Tennessee, and the way he wanted us to work was already headed in the direction that we were going with our assistant strength coach. So we got into the weight room with this guy, really got after it, and that camaraderie of our team just really started to grow, and that really started snowballing what you guys saw in late '99, 2000, 2001, 2002.
Now you were a first-round pick, 12th pick of the draft, St. Louis Rams. Talk about some of the pressures and expectations coming in on and off the field. What was it like being a guy drafted that high?
Well, first of all, I think a lot of the pressure that you feel, some of it is self-induced, but a lot of it, you got the media, you got all these different outlets, you got the town, the city, and everybody's pushing for you to be that guy. And when you come into the NFL, my position kind of dictates how fast being that guy comes about. Some people are patient, some cities are not. And when you coming up through a system, it always helps better to have veteran guys on that team that have been through that and can kind of help walk you through that. In our situation, a lot of us were walking through that on our own on the defensive side of the ball. But it also helped to have guys like Marshall Faulk, Torrey Holt, Kurt Warner in the locker room, even though they're offensive. Just seeing the way they approached the game, how they took their job serious, was easy to transfer over for us as defensive players and being able to study and get better as athletes.
Now you came to the Panthers, 2006. Now you guys had a pretty good defense that year. Then in 2008, you guys went 12-4. Talk about your time as a Panther, and do you see any parallels from that time to what these guys got going on now?
Well, it all became a part of the locker room. It's always a culture, man. If the team is close, then, you tend to play well. And in our locker room here in 08, we had, guys, we played dominoes together. Everything was full of camaraderie. Everything we did throughout training camp into the regular season. And when we got hot, we got hot. It's like we could do no wrong. And we went on a nice run, ended up losing to Arizona in the championship in the NFC playoff game here. But, that season was just something special because it's hard to go 12-4. But now when you look at these guys here, they're on fire, man. And I think the difference between that team and the team we have now is that you got the best player on the planet, man. Cam Newton is, he's the greatest thing since sliced bread when it comes to football. And you're looking at a guy who's the size of a defensive lineman but has a rocket arm like Marcus Russell had back in the day, but he can control this thing. I mean, it's just unbelievable what he's doing.
Now let's talk about, that's a great segue into my next question. The offense. You look at these guys on paper, and it's insane to me. You look at when they play different teams and say, okay, but this guy can't beat that guy. No household names on the Panthers offense besides Cam Newton. How are they doing this? And as a defensive guy, what do you think is the best attack plan against these guys?
Well, when you think about it, look at the New England Patriots. Give me a household name receiver they won a Super Bowl with. It's always boils down to the guy who's delivering the ball. And he's putting the ball on the money to these guys and helping them make the plays. He's throwing his guys open. And as a defense, man, you got to get to him. Everything starts and stops with Cam Newton. If you can't get pressure on Cam Newton, if you can't harass Cam Newton, then you won't win. And we saw that very same formula from Denver versus the Patriots last week. Man, they hit Tom Brady 20 times.
Yeah.
You know, you throw the ball 56 times and you getting up 20 of those 56, that's going to affect your throwing. So you see, you know, Tom Brady overthrowing, missing ball, stuff you don't normally see.
Yeah.
But the difference between a Tom Brady and Cam Newton is that, okay, if you get in the Cam rushing the passer, okay, let me see you catch me when I'm leaving the pocket.
Yeah.
So this is a guy who makes a defensive line pass rush as if you're playing a mobile quarterback, but he has an arm to throw his guys open like a Tom Brady or, you know, like a Peyton Manning. So he is the best of both worlds as a quarterback. He can run, he's big, fast, and strong, and he has a very accurate arm.
Now, defensively, you played with a young Thomas Davis, a young Charles Johnson. What are the differences you see from those guys back then to now, and what are your thoughts about this particular Panthers defense? What makes them so great?
You see maturity. You know, Thomas is a young man when we came here, and so was TD. So was Charles. You know, I was here when we drafted Charles, and just seeing how much he's grown. He's always a big, strong, fast kid, but just seeing how he's grown as a man and how he's mature and a leader on that field. Thomas has grown into a major leader on the field. You got a guy who's come back from 3 ACLs. You know, he's seen it all. He's seen the highs of highs, but he's also been looking at himself not knowing if he's going to be playing the next year. So these guys appreciate what they're doing, and they're giving that appreciation to their teammates, and they're feeding off of that. When you think about the Panthers defense, you think about Thomas Davis. I mean, this is a guy who epitomizes keep pounding. You know, so you have that type of leadership. Then you have a guy like Luke Kuechly's flying all over the field. You have a down-to-earth, hungry defensive lineman like Charles Johnson, and now you got these younger guys coming up and playing well. I mean, it's just a great vibe they're having on the field right now. It's on both sides of the ball. Separately, you know, but both sides of the ball just doing outstanding things.
Well, we know what we came here for. Hey, this food is sitting right here in front of us. We're going to get down on some of this good chow we have. We're going to come back, tell you how good this food was, and give you some Super Bowl predictions.
So they have more than one location?
They got one in Cotswold. We finish it up the corners. Where's JR when you need him right now? Look at what we destroyed here. Me and my man Damione Lewis. What'd you think about what we had here?
The wings were outstanding, but that burger, oh my gosh, that burger was to die for.
Tell me about what was your favorite part of it? You told me.
Is the bacon mayo.
That bacon mayo
was
was
a pretzel
awesome.
bun.
The wings were crispy, great flavor. Had a little bit of spice to them. The waffle. Sweet potato fries were great. This food is excellent. Highly recommended spot. Wes Got Range, stamp of approval. But now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the Super Bowl picks. And I'm going to let my man, I'm going to put the pressure on Dane right now. I'm going to let him start it out. What you think, Dane? How's it
I
going?
I got my Panthers rolling, and it's looking like it's going to be 34-17. I'm going with a big win.
Okay, I was thinking the same thing, but then I hear number one defense is a 9-2 in the Super Bowl. And then I see Peyton Manning, the 22nd ranked player in the game. This is his last game. The last couple of Super Bowls when legends have been playing their last game, they win. But I'm gonna still go with the Panthers, but a little bit closer. I'm gonna go 38-28 Panthers. I think they're gonna get the job done. They've been making me wrong all season, so I'm gonna go ahead and just come on over now and just make the right selection.
You getting on the Cam train, huh?
I'm just gonna go ahead.
But
man.
you also got to look at that stat as, number one defense is a 9-2. But what was the opposing defense? Was opposing defense a top 5 or lower tier defense?
Right.
Look at that too.
Things to think about, man. We out of here. Whew. Got some good food in there. Special thanks to the Pizza Pill. Special thanks to my guest, Damione Lewis. We'll be back with you soon. Stay tuned. We're going to hit some more great restaurants in Charlotte. We're going to have some more great sports guests to talk ball with. And as always, eat it up.